Hey guys and gals, I don't know what day it is. Thursday. Okay, it's moving day. I'm moving firewood from one pile to another pile. I hate it. It's the one job about firewood I really don't like at all. I mean, I've got a wood pile here, I've got a wood pile down there. I had a wood pile back there, but I moved it already. We're refilling the woodshed. Haven't burned a whole lot of wood this year compared to normal other years. It was a really wet summer, a really wet winter, not real cold this winter. So I think I've burnt maybe 3 cords of firewood. Normally in a winter I'll burn 5 cords. It's not yeah, I can't talk. Wintertime's not over yet, but it is February 22nd, 23rd today, Thursday. You figure it out, I don't know. And it's like 80 degrees out here. So it's been so wet that normally I do not cover my firewood. The main purpose of this video today is we already talked about what you need to get started with firewood. Now I'm going to talk about, you know, how to store your firewood at the bare minimum. Yeah, you can get fancy with it, but at the bare minimum. So usually I do not cover my firewood for the first year. I just cut this, and I did cover it the other day, only because it's been so daggone wet. I mean, it's been wet in summertime, it's been wet in the wintertime. It's just raining all the time. And I was looking through this wood pile the other day. This is the one where I did the giveaway, and it was like 400 cubic feet of firewood. And I was looking through this oak here and stuff, and I found some that had some mold on it, which I've not had that problem before. So I decided I better cover it up. It's really windy today, which is nice. So the 3 basic things you need to store firewood, other than flat surface, obviously, you're going to need airflow from the bottom to the top. So to get that airflow on the bottom, you need to get your wood up off the ground. You can do that fairly cheaply as well. You can get fancy with it, but let's go bare bones here. I go and find pallets, and you can get pallets anywhere. I can get them from my neighbor down the road. I can go in town and find these nice blue ones that last a little longer. And you're going to put those on the ground first. I like to put them on stones or on bricks to even keep the pallets up off the ground. They'll last a little longer for you. The cheap pine pallets will last you a year, maybe 2. Get them off the ground, they can last a little longer than that. So you want it off the ground. Next, you want good airflow, and as you can see, the wind is blowing right now. It always comes right up through here, through the between the house and this hillside here. It always whips right through here. So I got good airflow here, and you want some good sunlight, which we have sunlight right here. Since it's been so wet, I decided to cover it. But with that, you're gonna have wind that knocks everything down. Like this is all. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. I mean, I could do this every day, and then the wind messes with you. And anyways, getting off topic. So I'm gonna set up the camera. We're gonna fill the rest of this woodshed up, and we're gonna use that oak down there, mostly white oak, from that giant white oak I did back in March of 21. Yeah, March of 21. So it's almost March now. It's just about 2 years old, and tell you what, it could actually use another year drying, so I'm okay with that. It'll be for next year. But we're gonna fill this woodshed about as far as we can. I'll put you on a time lapse, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's go. Okay, you get the idea. We got about filled up here. Probably another 2 or 3 loads, maybe a little more than that. We'll fill it up. I know some of you are probably thinking, you know, why don't I just cut and split right here and stack it in the woodshed? And there's a couple reasons for that. One, when you're splitting, you make a big mess. I mean, that's just from throwing stuff in the wagon here. Can you imagine splitting all this right here? You have a big pile of chips and just nastiness laying right here in the driveway. I don't want that. 2, I have all these end pieces just thrown over here. If you notice, while I was throwing in the wagon, anything I found that was short, I'd throw in the back of the wagon. The reason these are stacked up here is because, well, what I do with them is, once I get it stacked up so high, I'll just take these and just throw them up there on top. They don't stack well, so I just throw them on top loosely. And I don't have enough room on top, depth-wise, to throw them up there when I'm first starting the rack. So I'll wait until I get it filled up, and then I'll throw them back there. You can see I already started up there. But the other reason why I don't split and stack right in here is because this is 2 pallets deep. So that's 8 foot. Okay, this is an 8x16 shed, and I stack it, you know, 5-6 feet high. And there's no airflow in the center of that. So if I cut green wood and stacked it like this and then burn it from here, the center would not be dry. The outside edges would be dry. That's why I have it open, and I have a tarp there to keep the rain off it, but the air goes through there, air comes through here, air goes in the bottom there, air goes at the top here, and it dries itself out on the outside and the top and the bottom. It will not dry in the middle, guarantee it. The way I have it stacked up there is about as wide as I want to put it, and I shouldn't even do that. So that's the reason why I don't cut and split right into my woodshed. And plus, I've got several years for the firewood. I can't put several years in the shed here. I've thought about extending it down this way or extending it up that way. That way I can just go back and forth. I might try that. That'll save me a little bit of time. I know I'm handling the wood a lot, and that's one thing you don't really want to do, but I don't see an option. One thing I usually do, and I didn't do it today because why? I just didn't feel like it, is when I'm stacking in the back, I'll use the tractor, fill the bucket of the tractor up, and that way I can push that bucket right into the back and just stand there and pull it off the bucket. I can't haul as much wood like that. I don't like starting and stopping the tractor like that, and there's really no reason to run it that long for what. So with the buggy and the wagon, it's a little extra work, but I don't mind. It gets me outside, gets me exercise, and it's a nice day out, so big deal. So that's the video. Look at those mosquitoes flying around. Goodness gracious. February, we got mosquitoes. Hate them. Well, that's the video. Again, when you're stacking firewood, make sure you're up off the ground. You've got sunlight and you've got good airflow. Those are the 3 main things. You don't have to cover it. It will dry. It will cure that way. It helps if it's covered, but it's not necessary. The summer before you burn it, I would put it in your woodshed or at least cover it. You know, back in PA when I lived there, I never had a woodshed. I just kept it covered with tarps. It was fine. But the woodshed's much nicer. You don't have to worry about tarp blowing off. If it blows off this out here for 1 or 2 days, I come out, fix it, and it's covered back up again. The top layer might get wet, but other than that, you're good to go. So, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. There they go. There's one. What are you doing? Huh? You're in my way, buddy. See ya. There's the other one. Those 2 have been hanging out all summer, all fall, all winter. Right in here. They're almost like pets now. I don't know. This is where they hang out all the time. Put them in the driveway.